Welcome to my recent releases series. In this one, we're going to talk about movies that have been in theaters recently, and I want to give my thoughts on them if I've had the chance to see them. This episode, I'm going to talk about Novocaine, starring Jack Quaid. But first, let's just get into the story. Jack Quaid plays a guy who has a condition that makes him unable to feel pain. And it's sort of like a disability to him. He doesn't really see it as a good thing, and he's got to protect himself from all kinds of stuff, and it's pretty interesting how they do it. He meets a love interest who works at the same bank that he does, but then she's kidnapped by some bank robbers, and he decides to use his, condition to find a way to save her by dispatching of the bad guys and trying to track down the villain and so on and so forth. Now, what this movie does pretty well is this is a good mix of action, comedy, and grittiness, which is something that is hard for some movies to get right. First, I will mention the acting because it's pretty good. Jack Quaid does a really good job playing sort of the every guy who happens to have this condition, and you do see the hardships he has to go through. Like, he's got to put tennis balls on the end of sharp corners, and he has to set a timer to go to the bathroom every few hours. They do get into it a little bit here, and it is interesting. And he makes it fully believable. He's a very nice guy, and you do believe when he's put in this situation, he doesn't really know what he's doing. There's also a really good chemistry between him and the other actress. Sorry, I don't know what her name is at the moment, but the two of them are really good together. And there's also side characters, too, that do get some laughs, and they never really come across as annoying or anything, which can sort of be a kiss of death in a movie like this. Even the villain is a bit of fun, too, being really over the top, but he is a little stock, though, but I'll get to the cons in a little bit. The other really good thing about this movie is the action and the inventive ways that he does get rid of people. But the movie is good enough that it's not just reliant on that. There'll be really cool scenes like him breaking glass with his fist so he can hit someone harder and with a sharper edge. Or when he has a knife stuck in his hand, he gets someone in a headlock and then just stabs him in the head with the knife instead. It's little things like that that make it fun. The only con I would say is the villain's plan is a little too stock and generic. It's like, I get it, they're just robbers trying to get money, and one of them's just a little bit crazy and stuff like that, but, I don't know, it just would have been nice if there was something a little bit more to it. There is a twist, though, that does happen early on that I didn't expect, and yeah, it's kind of been done before, but it does make the movie a little bit more interesting. I just wish the rest of the villain stuff was a bit more interesting, too. Overall, I really found myself to enjoy Novocaine a lot, and I really do highly recommend it. I give it a really good thumbs up. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out, or if it's already out of the theaters, catch it on streaming when it gets on there. It's definitely worth your time if you like this kind of movie. Well, that's it for this review, and I'll see you guys next time.